Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the General Assembly, Leader Durkin, I join you on the floor today to make a public request in bringing civility back to our great chamber. Today I did have a chance to sit down with the leader to discuss how our caucuses can productively work together as the duly elected representatives from our communities all across this great state. After a couple incidents that took place in this chamber last week, I had some serious concerns about our ability to work together as Democrats and Republicans. And 13 months ago, I meant what I said. It's important that we work together as Democrats and Republicans, as the House of Representatives. I think it is fair to say that many of us were concerned about the public discourse that was on display last week. But I will say that today, I left a meeting with Leader Durkin, Representative Collins, Representative Reich, and our chiefs of staff, feeling very optimistic about where we're headed. Our meeting was cordial and productive, and I'm grateful for that, Leader. That's the way we conduct business around here. That's the way we should work together as Democrats and Republicans. As I've said since I was elected Speaker, we must work to lower the divisive rhetoric. I know it can be hard sometimes. We are all passionate about the communities that elected us, but we can be respectful when we're being passionate at the same time. Let's lower the divisive rhetoric. That's what we're talking about. Don't lose your passion. Come ready to debate the issues, but let's lower the divisive rhetoric. We must always conduct ourselves with mutual respect for one another. And we must make an effort at all times to find ways to work together. Not only is this how the democratic process should work, it's what the people of our state expect and deserve. With the statements that you've already heard from Leader Durkin, Representative Collins, and Representative Reich, I think it's clear we want to put all of this behind us and get serious about the work ahead of us these next 7 weeks. I think it's also important to note that, as Leader Durkin mentioned last week, and he was very clear when he said this, the rules are the rules. Those rules are in place for a reason. You may not agree with them in your life outside of this chamber, but these rules were approved by a majority of this chamber. They're the House rules, adopted by us, consistent with our powers granted in the state constitution. We should follow the rules and lead by example. We have a few weeks left here. We can't afford a COVID-19 outbreak amongst ourselves or our staff. More importantly, we have colleagues in this body who have children or family members who are immunocompromised or ill. Let's do our part to make sure we can all go home safely to our loved ones. Yes, we disagree, but there's people sitting here right now not following the rules that this chamber, not me, I'm not a dictator. I believe in democracy. We all voted on those rules. And there are people here right now not following our rules. We know there will be times we passionately disagree in the coming weeks. I encourage that passionate discussion. That's okay. The diversity of this state is what makes us strong. The diversity of this state is what makes us the great state of Illinois. But when we disagree, we need to do so civilly and respectfully. Making our colleagues feel unsafe at any time in this body will not be tolerated. It won't. Civility is important, and we have constituents watching us. Remember that. They're watching everything we're doing. We have kids at home watching what we're doing. We tell our kids to do something. And what did I say 13 months ago? People will doubt what you say, but they believe what you do. They're watching us. They're watching what we are doing. What message are we sending them? Would they be proud of their elected officials here in Springfield? Let's work together to make sure they are. Let's work together to find solutions and a common purpose in this chamber. You've got my commitment on that. Let's work together, even though we're going to have disagreements on how we get there. Let's work together, Leader Durkin, and make this an even better state than it is already. Thank you all. Mr. Speaker, let's go to work. Thank you all so much.